It was about to smash my fender. Literally millimeters. Ah, I'm so happy with this. Guys, I just got back from work. I'm super stoked about this. Okay, so I ordered these from eBay. IDF drop plates cost like 250 bucks. I got these for 90. Now I paid $40 shipping and had to wait like 2.5 months, but they're here and they're sick. The construction looks like it's super nice. So the kit comes with hardware, comes with bolts for these studs and mounting bolts for these. We'll see how it goes on. Are eBay parts gonna be worth it? We'll see. As always, guys, you know we gotta move the car to a more shady spot because it is hot. Have I mentioned that I'm really freaking excited about this? So before I take this caliper off, I need something to suspend it in here so it doesn't put pressure on this. And I think I have the perfect thing because I was cleaning up the house yesterday and I found Ginger. What are you doing? Good girl. An old fly swatter. There it is. Let's go. Perfect. And yes, I have an old wheel holding my dog. Much better. Who's here? The princess himself. Get him. Hey. Hi. So now we're gonna take this cap off to get the bearing nut off. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get away without taking off this ABS sensor. I am gonna unplug it though. Now you need a 30mm 12-point socket to go on this bearing nut. You don't want to take this nut all the way off. You just want to back it off enough so you can pull this hub out to smack it. Because if you take the bearing totally off the hub, you have to replace the bearing. So now I'm going to get our bearing puller and we'll go to town. All right, guys, so this is the gear puller. And you're going to drive it into the middle. We're just going to loosen it up here. We're up against the nut now, so I'm going to loosen her off. Guess we'll see if we can get a wrench in there now. The bearing hub came out to 3/8 of an inch where the ABS sensor is from the back of this hub. And that gave me enough clearance to get in my 5/8 or 16mm wrench. Make sure you snack on the job. All right, guys, so now we got to pull the bearing out a little bit more because we have to get these bolts out. And right now they're hitting right there. So we need to pull it up more to give us room to get those bolts out because we're not using them anymore. There we go. Bolts are out and now we can put it on the car. All right, so now we're gonna need our hardware and drop plate. Need some thread locker blue. These bolts get torqued to 47 foot-pounds. So I'm planning to run a little bit more camber than the plates give you. The plates give you about 2 degrees and I wanted to go closer to 5 right now. So I'm gonna be putting some washers on these studs just for some baby camber for the time being. I wanna go a lot more aggressive in the future, but I don't wanna get there all at once. I just kinda wanna ease into it because I really have no idea what the car's gonna handle like or anything. I'll show you guys what I'm doing with that. So we're going 2 here, 2 here, and 1 here. So that's gonna keep the wheel from tracking in like this and bring it out. So these holes, the 4 holes right here, are not lining up with the studs on the drop plates. eBay parts, baby. All right, guys, so I just did a lot of drilling off camera. Basically, what I had to do was drill all 4 of those holes out. These guys right here, and the plate behind it as well. And that makes it so it fits perfectly. Really kind of a small price to pay for being $150 less than the competition. It probably took us like a half hour to do the whole drilling sequence. I just went up 2 sizes in drill bits. So yeah, small price to pay, not that big of a hiccup. And we're on our way to getting some camber, so let's go. These get torqued to 44 foot-pounds, but there's no way I'm gonna get a torque wrench in here, so I'm just gonna snug them down as best I see fit. Now we're gonna grab our 12-point socket again and tighten down this nut to reseat our bearing. So just tighten this down with everything you got because it's supposed to be torqued to like 134 foot-pounds or something like that. This is a disclaimer. You're actually supposed to replace these bearing nuts every time you take them off. we ran into another problem here. Because of the washers, I am actually running into the top stud right here. So it's just barely turning and it's just catching on these speed sensor rivets down there. So what I'm gonna do is pull the whole assembly off again, and then I'm just gonna take an angle grinder and grind off the first little bit of that bolt right there. That's what I get. Oh well. All right, guys, it's a new day. I just got off work. It is blistering hot outside, but we're gonna try and finish up this install today. Went to my dad's house, picked up some tools. We got an angle grinder, and he gave me that for some reason. I don't know. And we're gonna cut that stud off, go say hi to my pup, and get started. All right, guys, so just to recap, we were hitting on this stud right here. So I'm gonna use a cutting wheel on the angle grinder and take this back maybe about there. And hopefully that fixes our problem and we can put this all back together. Let's get this done. It's really important that you leave that nut on there when you're cutting it off, because if you botch up the threads with the angle grinder, you're not gonna be able to thread that nut back on. So you gotta leave it on there so you can back it off to make a clean thread, backing it off of there so you can thread it back on. All right, so now I'm just gonna put everything back together and see how it works out. All right, I don't think it can get much better than that. Got full thread contact in there. I did it again! Just gently tap the like button. All right, guys, last thing. On your caliper mount, you need to put some washers on the mounting bolts. Just 2 washers right there. Put this bad boy on, so it's not gonna line up, so you gotta put your washers in there. And this spins great. One more thing is this clip right here for the emergency brake. You gotta loosen it. I just beat it up with a hammer. I slid it up about 1.5 inches, 2 inches to give your caliper room to come out and up in its new position. All right, guys, so I'm at the point now where I got everything back together, disc brakes and all that jazz, but I gotta go dance with my mom. We have dance class right now, and then I'll be back to finish this up. All right, guys, I'm back from dance class and I am so ready to finish this thing up. All right, guys, I haven't aired down or anything yet. I just want to give you guys what I'm seeing right now. Look at that. That's gonna be close. All right, let's air it down. Here we go. All right, guys, I stopped it early because it was about to smash my fender. Dang. I'm gonna go get some spacers because I really want to get this fender to lip fit, man. Let's go. I'm excited. I actually have some 15mm spacers from BFI, so I'm gonna try these on there. It's a pretty big spacer, but I have high hopes. All right, guys, spacers are on. We're running out of daylight here. I'm just gonna take it down nice and easy here. Here we go. Okay, guys, that's as far down as she's going. Oh my gosh, super sick. I don't care if it gave me problems. I really don't. What's up, guys? We are back for day 3 here. I'm sorry I couldn't get you guys some good footage after dark there. That's just how it goes sometimes. I didn't even get a good look at it until I am way happier with how it looks in the daylight here, and I'll give you guys a closer look at it right now. The Camber doesn't look quite as tough as it does in person, but I'm really excited just with how the wheel's centered up, and that fitment is really on point. Super happy with how it turned out. Super happy. All right, guys.
I never thought to do that. Start with it here and then flip it. Dang.
That's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed the content and you got some value out of this video, it'd really mean a lot to me if you just tap the like button. That'd be so sweet. Peace.